Ok, si está jalando esto, ¿eh? ¡Uh! Ahí voy, gentita. ¿Y ahora qué pasó? Ok. Este... Home, home, Qualy. Qualifying. Todavía no se puede acceder al qualifying, pero podemos ver el show.
It's a three-way fight in terms of teams. The Mercedes always goes well around here. 22, 23, they had the car that they could win. That McLaren, the upgraded McLaren, looks right now like the car to beat. But, you know, never bet against Max Verstappen.
Right.
Round Sky Flag here. He pulled out 2/10 over Oscar Piastri between turn 7, turn 8 alone. Badunks.
Yeah, exactly. Lawrence, Ruth pointed out there, McLaren have brought a major upgrade package here, only their second major upgrade package of the year. Everything else they've brought after that Miami upgrade was just fault fixes. They have an upgrade. Williams have an upgrade on one car, anyway, that of Alex Albon. All the upgrades on Logan's car, I think, pretty much in the bin. Haas have an upgrade as well. How key are those three teams going to be in today's qualifying? Do you think all three can get into the top 10? Well, particularly, I'm thinking Williams and Haas. Have they got a chance of getting into Q3?
Well, I think firstly, they're all going to be pretty irritated that they haven't had much practice running in dry conditions to properly assess those upgrades and get a good correlation with the data that the wind tunnel and CFD would have been telling them. Alex was super confident yesterday, Alex Albon, about his chances. He felt like the car was a step forward. Kevin Magnussen was all smiles yesterday when he was talking about how the Haas felt around here. So yeah, I think that you can see some big results from those teams who have brought upgrade packages, because that's what we've seen this year, haven't we? An team brings an upgrade package and they are able to make that step.
Decent picks for your fantasy team? Haas and Williams this weekend?
Well, I've actually taken Nico Hulkenberg out, just because obviously I think he's been in the gravel 4 or 5 times.
And in the barrier.
Weekend, and I just don't really want any more minus points. So I've taken him out, and I've got Alex Albon in. So yeah, that's where I'm putting my money from the low end drivers.
I replaced Nico with Kev.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, sorry, Nico. Ruth, the crowd is building, the expectation is building. You've already pointed out there is a high chance of red flags, a high chance of the running being cut short, runs being cut short in the middle of them. How key is it to get out there early, get a decent banker in, just for the pure nature of this place that you never know what's coming?
You have to get a banker, wink, lap. It's banker lap in. Yes, that was it. That was the joke.
It's a very good joke.
Thank you.
Well done. Needed a little bit of workshop.
Okay, it's all right. We'll work on it.
But it was good. I like it. Lawrence, McLaren, Mercedes, the two to beat today, do we think?
I think so, and what will be interesting in which driver has the better bets. You know, Oscar seemed to have the edge over Lando yesterday. Lando didn't seem too happy. Lewis didn't seem too happy in the TV pen as well. Maybe that's because George beat him and was the fastest of the two drivers there. So I think it's whoever's got on top of the things overnight, whoever's done their homework the best. But yeah, I feel like it's a four-way battle. But like Ruth alluded to earlier, I want to see the max factor, right? Whether or not that will make the difference around here. That's what all these fans are going to be hoping for. Maybe that can haul him into the battle. But at the minute, honestly, I think it's looking difficult.
It's a fascinating one, and of course we roll into this final part of the season, the last 10 races, with McLaren very much on song. Arguably, since Miami, the team to beat. But what has been the secret to their success? What has made them that team? Lawrence went down to Woking in the summer holidays to find out.
Welcome to the McLaren Technology Centre, where we've been invited behind the scenes to see their homecoming for that 1-2 in Hungary and, of course, Oscar Piastri's first Grand Prix victory.
It was awesome. It was such a great result, our best result since I think 2007 was the last time we'd had a front row lockout and finished first and second.
It's a very, very proud moment for me. You know, it's one of my dreams that I had as a little kid, trying to win an F1 race and stand on the top of the podium. So very, very special to have realised that, and I guess even more special a year and a half into my career.
Now, I know you had a bet with Zach Brown that he'd get a mohawk, and I feel like he cheated because he basically put a leather cap on with a mohawk on it. That's not enough, is it, just for clarity?
No, I need to see where that's at. and whether he's still getting a real one. But it was cool. I knew that a tattoo was off the cards for a long time, so I had to think of something else.
He's applying some pressure. I'm trying to resist. I'm hoping he forgets, but these racing drivers don't forget anything.
You know, to say we're contending for a championship was not something we were thinking of probably in the beginning of the year, but we've done such a good job, and I'm very proud of the whole team and what we've been able to achieve so far.
It just shows what progress this great team has made, all the work that the men and women at McLaren have done.
Just very, very happy for everybody, but of course for myself to have that first one on the board is a very special feeling.
It's taken a lot of hard work. We know how quickly this sport moves, so we need to continue to push very hard.
The turnaround has been incredible, but now we're in the deep end, and we're fighting the big teams and the smarter people, and we've had to take a step up as a whole team, and I think honestly we've done that, and we're fighting well.
It's a great thing to be a part of. I think a nice boost for the whole team. You know, of course, for Lando getting his first win, for me getting my first win, and having a 1-2 for the team on merit. I know we had a 1-2 a few years ago as a team, but to do it purely on performance and pace, I think for everybody that's a very satisfying thing to be part of, and you know, a great show of everybody's hard work.
I think it's exciting for the fans. You've got 4 teams that are capable of winning any weekend. So stay tuned. I think 10 more very exciting races the second half of the year.
Lovely package there. Lawrence, must have been great fun to go down to the factory. What did you get from the vibe down there? Do you feel they can win the Constructors' Championship?
Just so much confidence, Will. Like Zach, Andrea, when they were talking to the factory, when they were addressing them, they were oozing confidence, because I think they genuinely feel like they're in the fight. Lando said that they're in the deep end right now. They are, and they are trying to adjust to it, and they're making a few mistakes here and there. But actually, they've only just been fine near the front. I think they feel like they can take the fight in the Constructors' Championship. They're favourites now. That's how they feel.
And this is a team that was plumb last 18 months ago, like bottom of the barrel. Now with the fastest car in the sport and in the hunt for the Constructors' Championship. Ruth, had they made different decisions in the early half of the year, potentially different strategic decisions, could McLaren actually be leading the Constructors' Championship right now?
Do you know, I haven't run the numbers, but I guess it would be pretty close, wouldn't it, in terms of thing? And if you project the closing rate, which I believe is 8.3 points per race since Monaco, that one I do have the numbers for, it's going to get pretty spicy with a good few number of rounds to go.
And also, the fact that Mercedes are now very much in the hunt of the last 4 Grand Prix. Of course, every victory taken by either a McLaren or a Mercedes driver. Max Verstappen and Red Bull have not been on the top step of the podium now for 4 races. Mercedes getting in the mix too means it's going to be even harder for Red Bull to get themselves into the mix. Lawrence, we've got a fantastic battle shaping up for this second half of the season. 10 races to go. So much still on the line, even the Drivers' World Championship.
But I think Red Bull might be happy that actually there is a bit more of a fight between the teams that are trying to chase them, because they're almost taking points off each other. McLaren have a good weekend, Mercedes have a good weekend, but there is no doubt that if they operate as that pack of 4, those 4 cars, those 2 teams, I think that the threat is real for the constructors. The drivers, it looks trickier, but it only takes 1 DNF, doesn't it, from that?
Yeah.
And it suddenly becomes a wide open race.
Ruth, we arrive here at Zandvoort, and of course, qualifying just around the corner. How key is traffic going to be? How likely is it that we could lose somebody unexpected early on in the session if they don't get their timing right, if they do get caught out in traffic?
Yeah, huge. We still have this narrow pit lane, even though they have extended it by 16 meters in terms of the spacing. When you have 20 cars all queuing, or 19, depending if Logan makes it out or not, it's a 70-second track, which means pretty much everybody always has traffic all the time. Timings are absolutely key here, and there's always a trade-off, especially with the track that is being rubbered in, even if it's dry, with setting it not too early so that you don't catch someone going rather late.
Lawrence, who's your pick today?
Oscar. I think Oscar's going to do it. I think he's got the edge there at McLaren. I think he's got the edge on Lando. I think he's going to do it.
Fascinating stuff. Ruth, for you?
I think potentially Oscar too, but I always go for the home favourite, so I'm going to have to go for Max.
I think it could be Lando, so I think, yeah, McLaren or the home hero. Let's have a little look. I'm just hearing, actually, that Logan Sargent's car, we see it right now, the job the Williams F1 team have done on that car, it doesn't look too far away from actually being able to roll out for Q1, and if that does happen, an absolutely astonishing job from all down at Williams. James Vowles saying it was a very, very tall order to have got that done in under 2 hours. What a job from Williams F1. Logan Sargent hoping to go out for Q1. Incredible what they're able to do. Well, that's it then, folks. Qualifying just around the corner here in Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix as Formula One gets back to racing ways in this 2024 World Championship. Who will finish the hour on top? Will it be the home hero, Max Verstappen? Will it be McLaren? Will it be anybody else? We're about to find out. With your commentary team of Alex Jakes, Jolyon Palmer, David Coulthard. Enjoy qualifying here on F1 TV.
Ya no entiendo, pusieron una toma muy bonita que se veía como ya despejado, pero me parece que sigue igual que la Qualy 2, que la práctica libre 3. Bueno, pues ahora sí, en cualquier momento ya arranca. A ver, se ve mal. Y esto tiene que ver con la fucking configuración. Espérenme 2 segundos.
Amigos de América, bienvenidos a la prueba de clasificación del Gran Premio de Holanda, el Gran Premio de Países Bajos, para decirlo correctamente.